Ooh.
And we are live. Okay, this is very, very cool. Hello, everyone who
Hi.
is already here. I don't actually know how many of you that is, but I'm seeing a bunch of people in the chats already. So, very, very exciting. Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Fran of A Healthy Dose of Fran. And as you can see on the screen with me, I don't know which side I'm meant to point. I don't know how this is going out to people. I am joined by friend of the channel, Celia from Unclaimed Demigod. And
Hey.
you may know, last week we collaborated talking about the overall thoughts of season one.
Mhm.
And we had this planned already to talk about season two and just like our plans and hopes for it. What we
Mhm.
didn't expect was for season two to already be announced. Like season two is coming, guys,
It's
and
coming.
it's coming. So yeah, that's it was unexpected. Like I'm intrigued now. So, what were you doing when you got the news that the show had a season two coming?
So it was basically midnight when I found out, and I was working the day after. So what I was doing is I started watching the first season of Smallville, and I got hooked. So I just kept watching episode after episode. And before going to bed, I was like, I'll just check Twitter. And just everywhere, that picture of the trio hugging with like, season two, they're coming back. I was like, well, I thank God I stayed up watching Smallville because it was worth it not going to sleep. So suffice it to say, my heart like basically stopped because I thought, I had a feeling it was going to be announced soon. I thought today, but I did not think that after watching like 5 episodes of Smallville, I would end my night with a Percy Jackson season 2 announcement. So I was very happy. What about you? What were you doing?
So oh God, what was I don't actually remember exactly what I was doing. I was at home. I was just probably just relaxing of some kind, and then I got a message from my girlfriend just saying, "Have you heard the news?" And I thought she meant like the literal news, as in like, and I was like, "Oh, is it this story from Channel
Mhm.
4?" Because I was quite literally like watching the news at the time, and she was like, "No, no, Percy Jackson's coming back," and I was like, "Oh." So, so I was very taken by surprise because, unlike you, I didn't think we were going to get an announcement for ages. Because, like,
Mhm.
we were talking just before we came on live that this is, I think, the fastest renewed show on Disney Channel, not Disney Channel, on Disney Plus. Because most of the shows take like a month. Like, I think the shortest has been a month, maybe 2 months that it's taken. So I was very surprised because I did not think it was going to be this quick, but
Mhm.
it seems to be doing well. And yeah, so it's great. 1 week after the finale, and we've already got an announcement for season two. It's mad.
We are so lucky as a fandom right now. I don't know how they did it during the Harry Potter show, but they must have done things so fast because it doesn't feel like they grew up that much from movie one to movie two, but here it's going to be like a drastic change for the actors, or at least Percy, because I don't think Leah has changed one bit, or Arian for that matter. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, yeah. No, Walker has grown so much in height. His voice has dropped and everything.
Oh my
So it's
god.
yeah, season two is going to be an interesting thing. I'm surprised that they've not done like a renewal of season two and three to like, especially
Mm,
considering book three takes place 4 months after
yeah.
book two. Like it's
The
like
same
you
year.
need to film back to back for that one. But
You really do.
I'm just happy we got season two either way. So.
Exactly. But if they do season two, they have to keep going because it literally can only get better from there. Like we get the Titan's Curse and then Battle of the Labyrinth and then Last Olympian. Like it keeps getting exponentially better. So they can't give us season two and not give us the other ones afterwards. That's what I'm manifesting into the world.
Oh yeah, true. I've just seen this really interesting comment from Ethan, who is regularly here on the channel. They're great. Which is, did you see Leah's live a couple of days ago where she put on the Annabeth jacket she took from the show and was shocked to see that it doesn't fit her anymore? So she is growing.
She grew up. Oh my god. That's so
Oh,
cute. I did watch like
yes.
a couple of snippets from the live she did. She's so cute, and I love how Walker and all of the kids stole things like props from the
Oh
show.
yeah,
So I
I
love that
would.
for them. Me too, especially like the swords and the shields. Just iconic
Mm-hmm.
behavior.
100%. But just because we're here, obviously talking about season two, I am intrigued what it is for. So I'm just going to say straight out, Sea of Monsters is one of my favorite books from the original series.
Ooh.
It's sometimes number one, occasionally beating out Last Olympian, but it's usually in like the second spot more often than not. Which surprises so many people because most people
Yeah.
like Sea of Monsters is usually the least favorite book for every person in the fandom. I don't know many people who have it as like their number one, number two.
Mhm.
So I'm very, very excited. There are so many things I'm looking forward to for this, but I'm intrigued. What specifically from season 2 are you desperately hoping that they will adapt into the show?
I have one thing in mind, but before that, I was just talking to my younger brother who watched the show with me, and today he was like, "Well, Sea of Monsters is my favorite book in the series." So you are not alone there. It is an unpopular opinion, but there are people who love it out there. But I have I have all my favorite scenes written down here because I wanted to be prepared for today. My favorite really niche scene that happens in book 2 is when Percy and Annabeth are climbing the mountain to look from the top at Grover and Polyphemus, who are inside the cave. And while
Mm.
they're climbing the mountain, Annabeth goes first, and her foot slips and it lands on Percy's face. And she's like, "Sorry, Percy." And he's like, "It's fine." And it's like a 2-second thing, and it's very stupid, but I just thought that it was really funny, just stepping on Percy's face. And obviously, I would like that included. And also, Percy being really hungry and his stomach being like, "Cheeseburgers." But I honestly, being like, I know that's probably not gonna show up in the show, so I'll settle for Cersei's Island, where Percy actually gets tricked by a monster or a mythological being and actually does turn into a guinea pig, because I need Percy guinea pig in my life, and then Annabeth being like, "Glad you're not a guinea pig anymore." So that's it for me. Rant over.
Yeah, I'm very much like they need the guinea pig scene. I mean, for one, it's like important to that scene in general, especially for like Percy's arc to a
Mhm.
degree, because it's about him being the scared child again, almost to a degree. Um, and then also that whole thing of, to do with Annabeth as well. But yeah, the two scenes I particularly want is, of course, the siren scene. That if they don't have the siren scene, I am going to be very, very disappointed. It's a
Mhm.
very crucial scene for Percy and Annabeth's dynamic, but also for Annabeth and Luke's dynamic.
Yes.
And it was one that I like when we got the season 2 announcement. I was like, oh yes. But with how they've kind of set up Annabeth and Luke in the first season, I'm
Mhm.
slightly conflicted for how they may do the siren scene, because I don't think how they will do it will make as much sense currently with how they set up that relationship.
Uh-huh.
Mainly just because I don't think they developed the relationship well enough in the first season for me to believe that she would see Luke in her perfect vision.
Mhm. Okay. That makes sense.
But that's
But
like a nitpick of season 1, I guess.
I do think that we'll probably get flashbacks from Annabeth, Luke, and Talia in season 2. So maybe we get those before the scene with the sirens. We'll have
Mm,
seen their relationship develop more. So maybe then it will work better. But we'll have to see. They have to work really well on. They have to
mm.
work a lot on their relationship because it's one of the most interesting ones.
Oh yeah, 100%. And Ethan is like on fire with this. If I can bring up that comment, I've
Hmm.
just taken it away. Would love season 2 to be about Annabeth, an Annabeth focused season on her hubris and her relationships with Luke and her family while building to Talia. I agree. I do feel like Sea of Monsters is Annabeth and Clarice's book. I
Mm.
do hope that they include Clarice a little bit more in season 2, because she ends up being a comedic throwaway up until basically the end, where Percy, gives her the golden fleece to go
Mm.
back so she can still succeed in the quest.
Hmm.
So I want her to almost be a little bit more competent, because they have kind of seemingly made her a little bit more competent in the first season. She's not just a side character bully. She's a bit more prominent. Like the fact that they made her a red herring.
Hmm.
And it's why I want the scene. Oh God, what is it? So it's one. Actually, I'll talk about this later and things I don't want adapted for season 2.
Ooh.
But yeah, because I have a few where I'm kind of like, this needs to go. But the scene specifically in the chariot races of Clarice basically, I want the chariot races because that
Yes.
is a significant moment of this is showing that Percy and Annabeth are a good team,
Hmm.
but and also Tyson as well because Tyson is important. He's
So
paired with
cute.
Percy in that.
Hmm.
But then also showing that with this, and then Clarice getting the quest, it's that whole thing of kind of like, oh no, they're just making sure that Percy doesn't have the quest. It's like a
Hmm.
pettiness from I've forgotten the guy's name. um, the one who's brought in to replace Chiron. I can't remember his name remotely.
Yeah, the guy who can't.
Tantalus?
Yeah, right. The guy who can't grab food
Yeah.
or drink. Hmm.
Yeah, I think it is Tantalus, but I feel like I'm wrong. Um, but yeah,
It
those
sounds
seem
good to
to be
me.
the chariot race. It sounds possibly accurate. But yeah, Son of Thanatos has also said expand on Clarice more. Yeah, they need to
Hmm.
expand on her a lot more, and I'm hoping. Yeah, baby doll. Yeah,
Tantalus. Thank you,
Tantalus.
baby doll.
Yeah. But okay, just because I mentioned it, I now want to know: is there anything you wouldn't want to be adapted from Sea of Monsters?
Wouldn't want to be adapted. I think one of the things that I wouldn't want to be adapted has already been changed in one of the latest editions of the books,
Mm,
and that is one of the words that they use to refer to Tyson.
mm,
So I think that's already been corrected, and no new published books are using that word to refer to him. So that would be good if they. I don't think they would include
yeah,
that in the show now. That's the only thing that's really coming to mind right now. Mm, yeah, I don't know. You say something, and I'll say something if it comes to mind.
okay. So there are two things specifically, and ironically they're around the same time as well, actually. So it's one of having Ares be an abusive father,
Right. Hmm.
mainly because not only did it not make sense to mythology in the first place anyway, because he respected women as gods do to a degree. Like he created the Amazons alongside Artemis. He cared for his children. I mean, he killed a son of Poseidon because the son of Poseidon attacked one of his kids. Um, so the fact that he would hate Clarice for being a girl going on a quest and also be abusive towards her, I just like it never
Hmm.
made sense to me. I thought it was like a really weird thing to kind of throw in, especially considering it's then hand waved away by
Yeah.
the end of the books and it's never addressed again, which is a problem that Rick does have a lot where he brings up abusive people and then pretends that they either weren't abusive in the first place or
Hmm.
just doesn't address it again and it's just kind of forgotten about within the story.
Hmm.
And then the other one is the Confederates, the Confederate
Ah,
zombies.
right. The boat. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's because obviously with the fact that we have Leah and Dior having Confederate
Mm,
soldiers
right.
in those scenes, it would be kind of icky. And
Hmm.
just in general, I think there's a better way to do it as a whole. I don't know, just like,
Hmm.
yeah, I feel like it wouldn't suit. And apparently they have rewritten that already for the
Oh.
scripts that they've been doing, or at least they're considering writing it out. I don't remember where I
Hmm.
saw them. I'm gonna have to see if I can find it now.
I
Well, not
mean,
now, but I'll find it later.
yeah.
But
They with how that works, they could just say they're warriors from another war and they're from the
yeah,
losing side, so it doesn't have to be the Confederate Army specifically. So I
yeah,
think that's a very easy thing to fix. And with how Rick is now and, the changed mentality, I don't think they would include that in the show.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that's one of the things that probably you don't have to worry about, but I guess we'll see when it comes out.
Yeah, yeah. And I think they kind of fixed it even with the first season as well, because obviously they had the thing of the reason why they made the pact is because, hey, these kids were Nazis. Which, like, when you read it, like, when you're first reading the series, I thought it was weird because I was 19 when I first read them, but you don't really
Mhm.
think about it at the time when you're first reading it.
Right.
But, like, when you kind of think about it a little bit more, what? Like, it's very much, like, it's a very confusing premise for the
Mm.
reason why they make the pact when there was like a simple thing of just like their kids were too powerful and they didn't think they could control them, so that's why they made the pact, sort of
Yeah,
thing.
that was too
And
simple.
they've kind of solved that a little bit already in season one
Mhm.
where they've kind of basically said what like I said to do with the pack, they made it that they were scared of their kids getting too powerful.
Hmm.
Specifically, the fact that the kids of the main three were more powerful in general,
Yeah.
and it freaked them out. So they kind of so like they got rid of the icky thing. So I'm assuming they probably will get rid of the icky thing. It's just something I really do hope they get rid of,
Hmm.
or at least
Yeah.
change in some way. Because yeah,
Fair
someone just
enough.
said it could just be dead soldiers. It doesn't need to be them
Hmm.
specifically. You technically don't even need the zombies because I think having the ship just like it's just a ship that just kind of
Hmm.
runs itself. You just tell it where to go and it does it itself.
Yeah, but I think Disney being Disney, they might want like a Pirates of the Caribbean 1 situation.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah, that's true
honestly,
actually.
if it looked cool in Pirates of the Caribbean in like 2001, 2003, they can do it with good special effects in 2024. So I would like to see that. But yeah, I think they'll probably just make them dead soldiers in general because
Mm,
there's literally no need to make them anything
yeah,
specific. Just dead soldiers. They lost. There. So I think that's what they'll probably do.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm definitely hoping that's the case. But it definitely, I think I'm gonna have to see if I can find it after the stream. But I think that's something they've already said that they're changing.
Hmm.
But yeah, the only other one is removing Ares as an abuser because it was
Right.
randomly thrown in and just never addressed again. And I was just kind of like,
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be there.
I think the reason why it was there, it was to show why Clarice was the way that she was, like the cycle of abuse. She was a bully because she had been abused, like by her
Yeah,
father, of all people.
yeah.
So,
Although ironically, it also kind of that doesn't work at the same time because she only knew her dad when she got claimed at Camp Half Blood, and
hmm,
doesn't really have many interactions with him from what we see beyond getting the spear from him. But yeah, I do kind of get what you mean at the same time though. But yeah, I'm hoping. Well, Rick has seemed to have learned from some things. He still needs to learn a little bit more, but hopefully
yeah.
that's one thing he knows. Especially
And
considering how they portrayed Ares in the show, it would make
exactly.
even less sense for him to be
That's what
someone
I
who
was
was
going to
threatened to
say.
backhand a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I loved Ares. He was probably my favorite on-screen god. I just loved
Mm,
everything about him. Obviously, he fought a 12-year-old, but he looked really cool doing it, so I'll give him a pass. So, I really hope that we get to see a more fleshed out and developed relationship between him and Clarice in the few
mm,
scenes. And given the fact that they've given his casting like such importance. I hope that they can still give us like a good amount of Ares in different seasons. Obviously, in some
mm.
of the next ones, it won't make sense, but season 2 with Clarice as one of the main demigods in the quest, or the only official one on the quest, I think it would make sense to give Ares more of a spotlight like they did with Hermes in season 1. And honestly, I would
Yeah.
prefer that over Hermes in season 1. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. But yeah, no, I do agree. I think Ares having a bit more of a spotlight would kind of make sense considering it is Clarice's quest.
Mhm.
Um, but just in regards to just because we're talking about characters as well, because obviously we have new characters arriving in
Yes.
season two.
Mhm.
Who are you most excited to see brought to life for season two?
Oof. I am at the same time very excited, but very much afraid of Tyson because Tyson is such a cutie and I love his character, but his character comes hand in hand with heavy special effects right in his face. And let me just say this about the second movie. They looked awful. Like his face in the Sea of Monsters movie was terrible to look at. So I hope technology has come a long way since then
Mm,
because Tyson has to be obviously he's not supposed to look cute because people don't like looking at him because of the mist or whatever, but he has a very cute and endearing personality. So I hope that the design is good because I really, really want to let his bond with Percy shine through more than, bad special effects clouding that relationship.
mm.
So that's my. Obviously, it's a very basic pick, but it's either that or Talia, who's just going to be there in either flashbacks or like the 5-second cameo at the end. So That's my pick. What about you?
Good question. I think mine is going to be possibly either Cersei or George and
Mm.
Martha.
Oh, I forgot about them, right? Because Hermes is going to be really important in this season.
Yeah, at least at the start, because he meets Percy on the beach and
Hmm.
figures out a way to get him onto the quest. Um,
Ooh.
but yeah, so I think just because like I want to know how they're going to like animate George and Martha. I don't like. I'm slightly concerned as to how it's going to look. Weirdly, it did look kind of okay in the Sea of Monsters movie with Nathan Fillion.
They were in there. Oh my god. I watched that
Yeah,
movie once in theaters and then like erased it for my brain. They were in the
now
movie?
that I'm saying it,
So weird.
I'm pretty sure he does. I do think he talks to his
Hmm.
I can't say the word his staff. Um, but I'm pretty sure he does. But I don't remember if it was like a huge scene or not. So I could be mistaken. I've not seen it in ages either.
I trust
Um,
you, but it seems like such a random addition to add to something that's so inaccurate. And they're like, no, but we'll keep George and Martha in the movie. Sure.
yeah. Yeah. And so there's that. And then Cersei, obviously, because she is very much a tie into both Percy and Annabeth's lead up to basically what happens next.
Hmm.
Percy, in the case of he becomes a little bit more aware of his inner fears by being turned into a guinea pig. Um,
Hmm.
and Annabeth is tempted into kind of forgetting about her own worries and her own anxieties by staying on Cersei's island with the other women and girls.
Hmm.
So we need someone who's like charismatic and someone who would really draw you in and kind of would pull into, like in the case of Percy, be able to target him in that subtle way of like how someone
Hmm.
says something that sounds like a compliment but is an
Yes.
insult.
Yeah.
Someone who can really pull that off, that like you don't really recognize it as an insult but you
Hmm.
feel hurt but
Yeah.
you don't know why, sort
Ooh.
of thing. And then obviously with Annabeth, someone who's like super caring, like someone who's really good at flipping the switch between the two. And that's why I'm really intrigued. I know she's only like in a small scene, but it's like
Hmm.
it's a significant one. And it's she's got to really be able to pull that off well. And I can think of like a few actresses who could do it, but like I don't know, like it's definitely good. Well, maybe not like too hard because obviously like actors are they're actors, they act, they know what to do.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. Oh, sorry, someone's just said here. Sea of Monsters announced Epic the Musical Cersei Saga on the 14th of February. It's the age of the Odyssey people. Yeah.
Truly.
Oh, have you heard of this, Celia,
Of the
about the
epic
Epic
musical, I am
Yeah, yeah.
obsessed with two of the songs on there. Like while I work, I just have them on loop and I can work for
Yeah.
hours while listening to them. They're so good. And it's the actor for Percy in the musical, right? The one for Odysseus?
Uh, I
I
don't. No. They just look similar.
really because I
It's a
well
different.
they sound the
It's a different
same.
guy.
Well, he sounds the same. I was excited because I was like, wow, no, the Percy guy is now Odysseus. Well, they have the same voice and they're both very good voices. So,
Oh yeah. I will send you his video so you know what he looks like,
okay.
because like I can also understand it even by the face as well. But
Mhm.
yeah, it is the age of the Odyssey. I really hope they kind of pull into the Odyssey. Oh my god, imagine if they get some of the guy who's obviously doing Epic
Uh-huh.
to do
Ooh.
some of the soundtracky stuff. That'd be very cool. Or even if his one of his songs is put in
Mhm.
somewhere,
That would be
like even just
incredible.
like, oh, that'd be brilliant.
Oh,
Yeah, they do sound similar. Ethan agrees. They do sound similar.
thank you,
You are
Ethan.
the only one.
Validated.
Oh, I've just seen someone here. Someone said, so it's from Judith. I actually thought I saw a
Mhm.
post by one of the cast that they wrapped filming for season 2. But yeah, no, that's gonna be a mystery too.
I wish.
I think yeah, no. So I think someone else saying, oh yeah, it was from Effie. When do you think they would shoot the season?
Hmm.
So my theory is probably not until autumn of this year. So like late August, early September is like the most, just because they're only just finishing up. Well, not even finishing up. They're writing the scripts for season 2
Mm-hmm.
currently. They may have done a few before the writer's strike, but they didn't get that many done. Um,
Yeah.
and so they probably, I'd guess maybe they'd have maybe 3 scripts
Mm-hmm.
finished. And I'm assuming it's probably unfortunately going to be again like 8 episodes and short episodes. So they'll probably need to finish the next 5 and then they go through and revise them. So I'm assuming they'll probably finish scripts by like May, June, end of June, early July. And then casting takes maybe about a couple of months. So finish by early or late August and then maybe start filming soon. I don't know. It could like, it depends. But yeah, I'd assume maybe autumn of this year, they'd maybe start filming.
Autumn sounds good, honestly. And since most of the scenes they're gonna be at sea, it's all going to be filmed in a set, so it doesn't really matter if it's not summer when they film it. So
Yeah, that is also true. And admittedly, I think they filmed season 1 in autumn as well because they started filming that in August and
yeah,
finished in February. So basically, all autumn as well.
yeah. Ooh, you just reminded me. One thing that I'm looking forward to in season 2 is seeing an outfit change because I'm kind of done with their one shirt and one jacket. It makes sense they're on a quest, but visually, I was like, please let them change at the casino or at Waterland or something because
Mm,
those outfits are now iconic. I hope kids like go as them this Halloween. But I need something else. Like visually, you can't
mm.
just have like the main characters wear the same thing all the time. They it just got a little bit boring to me. At least have them wear the Camp Half Blood t-shirts, sell the merch to
Yeah.
me or something.
Yeah, and I think they'll definitely have that for season 2 because obviously a lot of book 2 from the start is at Camp Half Blood. They spend a little bit longer at Camp Half Blood than they do in the first book. So I'm
Hmm.
hoping that gives the chance. I'm really hoping we stay in Camp Half Blood for a little bit longer, at least an episode and a half, if not nearly 2 episodes, because we've got the arriving at camp, the Tyson problem, the Chiron has been sent away because he's the son of
Right.
Kronos,
Ooh.
the reason why Tantalus is there, him torturing the kids, them reintroducing the chariot races, the attack from the birds, then a quest being given because Grover's the tree's poisoned,
Mm.
all this sort of stuff. Like there's a lot that happens in Camp. I keep saying camp really weird. I'm saying it as camp instead of
Calm.
camp, and I don't know why.
Calm
Um,
half blood. Hmm.
Camp Half Blood.
Sounds
That's how we
fancy.
say it in England,
Yeah.
and that's why everyone hates us.
Uh,
um, but yeah, no, they spend a lot there. So I feel like if they don't spend that much time in Camp Half Blood in the show, I'm definitely going to be skeptical. So that'll be also another thing. I hope they stay at least for 2 episodes. That's my whole thing.
Oh, yeah,
If
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not, yeah,
Yeah. I
which
oh,
like I
two.
know digs into the season because it's 8
Right.
episodes, but
I was thinking yesterday how they would divide the episodes, and
yeah,
I think maybe depends on how long episode 1 is. We might get like 10 minutes, 15 minutes at camp, then obviously all episode 2 at camp,
mm,
and I think the first half of episode 3 at camp. But
yeah.
from what we've seen from season 1, unfortunately I don't think we're going to get more camp from, but I would love to see it. It just depends on how they structure the season.
Yeah, very much so. And also how long they get for the episodes, because I'm assuming they may be keeping it around the same length, which will be a little bit unfortunate because like 25 to 30 minutes is not long enough.
No. Should be at the very least 40 without the intro and the credits. That doesn't count.
Yeah,
Mm,
no, it does not.
there.
But yeah, so it also depends on episode season length as well. It's just like there's a lots of variables. So
Mhm.
I've got my expectations are level. Like I'm not too I'm optimistic because it's Sea of Monsters and I love Sea of Monsters, but I'm
Mhm.
neutral on how I'm feeling about how it could go because like the short season and the short episode length like have me slightly concerned for how Sea of Monsters could go.
Yeah.
I think Sea Monsters has the ability to be a bit more streamlined because there is a lot of staff sitting around talking in places, but
Hmm.
there's a lot of important stuff that happens in season 2 that like there are a lot of beats in book 2 that
Yeah.
need to be hit, like them finding the old camp that like when Annabeth, Luke, and Talia quite literally lived in the woods for a period of time
Hmm.
together and things like that. Also, Talia dream sequences. I need Talia dream
Ooh.
sequences
Oh, right.
because
Ooh.
that's in the books. Is he doesn't know it's Talia until later, I think, but like she appears in his dreams
Right. So then I
in
was gonna
regards to
ask you
Kronos.
this. So, wait, no, that's a stupid. So, do you think that when they do the casting, that they're going to announce it like they did for season 1? Well, we'll probably get an official Tyson casting, but do you think
Mm,
they'll tell us Talia's casting, or they'll just like let us react to it once the episode comes?
I feel like they will only because in the case of the casting for some of the other actors, they were revealed by other sources before they were officially announced. So I
Oh.
think they'll do it in case someone releases it before they do. Because I think it was like Jessica Parker Kennedy, I think was announced before she was announced by Disney.
Oh. Mhm.
And I think it was, I don't remember who it was, it may have been like Updates Percy or something. Like there are a few
Mhm.
different like Twitter and Instagram accounts who are like in the know on some of the things.
Right.
I think some of the actors were announced um, before Disney announced them. I think it was the same with Olivia, the actress for
For Nancy.
Nancy. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. She was announced beforehand, and that's why I think she ended up being put into the announcement, even though she
Yeah.
wasn't like a big character. She's only in the one
It
episode.
was very weird. Like, oh, we know who Nancy's gonna be. She was there for less than 5 minutes, so I was very confused as to why the
Yeah.
importance of her casting. I
I
mean,
think
she
it
did
may
a
be
great
because she was
job,
leaked.
but that would make
Yeah,
so much more sense.
yeah.
Speaking about casting, do you think we're obviously in later seasons we have to get Selena, but do you think since this is a Clarice based season that we might get Selena? I would love to see them
I
together.
I really, really hope so. Mainly because this would be a good setup moment for it to have like her and even Beckendorf as well, because I think they are referenced in the book, even only briefly. Because
Hmm.
yes, no, because Selena comes and does Percy's cabin inspection, and
Right.
Tyson's cleaned up, so like he didn't have to worry in the end.
And she
So
helps with
she is
the
there.
Pegasus, right? Pegasus
Oh,
with Tyson?
the Pegasus. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, yeah. So I think they definitely could. I mean, they had Chris in season 1, so they're already previously developing characters who
Hmm.
didn't get much development. Um, so it would be good to bring Selena in at this point, especially with Beckendorf as well and set up. Also, there was an interview with Dior
Ooh.
where she said that basically in this, I'm gonna have to see if I can. I think I've got the screenshot somewhere because I don't want to say it incorrectly of what she said. Hold on, do I
Hmm.
still have
I
it?
feel like I might have read a snippet of that.
Yes. Okay. Dior John says that the popular fan theory about Clarice and her upcoming best friend Selena
Right.
Beauregard having sapphic
Yeah.
undertones is her interpretation of the character is true. And I am like, yes, 100%. But not them as a couple.
Ooh.
Clarice having an unrequited feelings towards Selena.
Ooh. That would make a lot of sense, honestly.
Yeah.
And I
And I
I would
have
like
a
that.
big theory about it. But
Anything
I
they
won't say anything
add,
because I've got a video coming.
anything that they add that hints towards something of the sort being
Yeah.
real, I would be really happy about. Because I don't know if the first time I read it, I theorized this, but lately, every time I read it, I'm like, there's something there. Like, their story mirrors that of Achilles and Patroclus. And,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, that's very gay. So they have to include it. You know, the undertones are there. And it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
even that subtle. So they have to do it. So I'm very glad that Dior sees it that way.
Yeah. Ethan is just saying here the best thing to come out of the show is Dior supporting Clarice and Selena. I was so happy when I saw that. I was like, yeah, Dior gets it. Like, I know they've got Chris,
Yeah,
but also it never made sense.
it was so random. And it didn't affect the story at all. So maybe they could just
No,
have them be friends, and then Clarice have
yeah,
the crush on Selena.
yeah,
I would
yeah.
enjoy that.
Because then that just makes everything that happens is actually that's cabin book 4 where she does the cabin expansion. Oh, it's fine. But thank you for correcting me.
Same
I
thing.
think she does appear in book 2 because I'm pretty
I
sure I
think
remember
so.
seeing her name somewhere.
Hmm.
But there's it doesn't matter. Oh no, I think she does book 4 where she does the inspection is when Percy's cabin is gross, and book 2 she does an inspection but it's clean because Tyson cleaned it. I think that was it. I have a
Tyson
really weird
MVP.
memory about stuff. Tyson is the MVP,
Yeah.
100%, always and forever.
Hmm.
um, but yeah, there are so many things that I'm very very excited about. And oh wait, what were you, Ruth?
I was like, what about Jenna Ortega as Bianca D'Angelo? Because it's one of the only actor names that I've recognized from what people are saying. And I like Jenna Ortega as Wednesday, but I think she might be a little bit too old to play
Yeah, I think
Bianca
she's 20,
D'Angelo.
isn't she? Yeah.
Well, there you go.
But
It'd be funny, but
right vibe, but
yeah,
wrong age.
yeah, she's too old.
But yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, actually, just because I'm intrigued, are there any actors that you maybe not even for season 2, just in general, like
Mhm.
an actor you would like to see come in to the show, just like a general fan cast that you want to throw out there?
I didn't have this, but I saw in the chat before someone said Willem Dafoe. I don't remember who they said that he should play, but now I just want Willem Dafoe in the season playing anyone. I don't. Maybe he would be very funny as Kronos, though. I don't think it would be the right vibe. Though I would love to see that. But anytime someone asks me, "Oh, who do you want to see?" I forget every single actor or actress that I know. So right now, I'm going to thank that person who said that in the chat, and I'm going to say Willem Dafoe as Blackbeard. That would be fun.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll
Or
take
him
that.
as Tantalus. Him as Tantalus would also work, I
I
think.
think that's what they said before, so I'll take him as
Ah.
Tantalus as well. Maybe just Willem Dafoe as everyone in season 2. I'd love to see that.
That would be good. I think the only person, and admittedly, it's because I'm biased because I just like her as an actress, is possibly Lana Palia, who was the evil queen in Once Upon a Time.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah. And
Ooh.
I think I would like her possibly as Cersei, just because like her
Mhm.
is like evil queen. She's got the evil manipulative side, but then she loves her kid and she's
Mm,
loving in regards to him and stuff like
yeah.
that. So the loving side
Layers.
for Annabeth, the
Mhm.
manipulative side for Percy.
Ah,
So I think it'd be very interesting. So I'm just
I
seeing that
love that.
if they continued the Peter Johnson movies, I bet they'd cast Tobey Maguire as Nico and make him do his stupid emo dance.
Honestly,
Oh
I'm not mad at that last part. That emo dance
no!
is iconic. What do you mean stupid? It's the best piece
Oh
of television or cinema that we've gotten. So,
yeah. Oh, could we possibly have a
mm,
Raina and Hyla cameo? I think we could, but I don't think we'll see their faces. I think we'll
I don't
hear
think so.
Raina's name,
Hmm.
maybe just her name, similar to I think
With
that's what we had in the
Mingo.
show, wasn't it? We had someone
Yeah.
yelling Bianca,
Bianca. Hmm.
and then maybe someone saying Hyla as well. I don't think we'll see their
Hmm.
faces because it just means that um, the actor will be then stuck. Um,
Hmm.
but like they'd have to come back there, but obviously their age, so it would be
Hmm.
a little bit more complicated. But also, it just means that you then have to stay with how that actor looks as well, which is a bit more complicated.
Oh,
So
right.
I think maybe a
Hmm.
name drop
Hmm.
would be interesting.
Yeah.
Um, Toby Stephens as Blackbeard. Oh wait,
I.
he's in Black Sails. He plays a pirate in,
Oh,
but
which one?
he's
Oh, wait,
Poseidon.
I haven't watched that.
Yeah, no, he's Poseidon, but he plays a pirate in a different show. So
Ah,
Blackbeard situation.
okay, I just got it. Willem Dafoe, yes.
um, yes, Willem Dafoe is Thanatos. Oh yeah, that from Son of Thanatos. I think that's who they said. Then we get confirmation how to pronounce Hyla because I've been saying it Hilla. That's probably right. I am dyslexic, so don't listen to me about anything. I used to say Chiron as Chiron until
Oh,
everyone bullied me
that's
into
how you
saying it
pronounce it
as
in
Chiron.
Spanish.
Really?
So
Okay.
yeah, because
I
ch
was
is
right in
always
Spanish.
yeah. So I'm always a bit skeptical because all pronunciation in English, I'm sorry, it truly makes no sense. It's
Oh
absolutely
no.
random. So I
Hmm.
just choose to pronounce it as I want because in Spanish, you just pronounce it phonetically. So there's certain names that just sound so bad in Spanish, but sometimes they sound better than in English. So I just pick and choose the pronunciation that I want, and that's what I do. So I'm sorry to everyone who wants it to be Thalia. Sounds too close to my name, so it's Talia. Okay, Talia. There we go.
Talia, yes.
You say Talia as well. I've noticed. So
I say Talia, yeah.
good, good.
Yeah.
That's how
People
it should
try
be
to get
done.
me to say Talia, and I'm like, no, you're objectively wrong.
Yeah, I agree. It's Talia, and it's Thor. No, no, it's Thor in English. It's Thor in Spanish. See, uh, English
Oh
sucks.
God, we're getting. Yeah, we're not speaking ancient Greek anyway. No, we are
Exactly.
not.
No, no. Wait, someone says English pronunciation was more regular back in the 1300s and it wasn't even standardized. That's what I'm saying. So I'm sorry. Just not going to follow
Yeah.
your pronunciation rules.
I mean, fair. We suck.
I mean, I didn't want to say it, but at,
No, I can say it because it's true.
yeah, good. I mean, I'm Spanish, so we're not known to have like the best relationship with
Yeah.
written English. Mm.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I forgot about my history for a second then.
Like,
Oh,
Spain
God.
and Britain.
What is? Oh yes,
Yeah, kind
the
of a.
thing named after. Yeah. Um, we're just talking about the English language now. That's brilliant. um, but yeah, honestly, there's a lot of potential that can come from season two. And I am slightly disappointed they didn't do season two and three just because of how quickly season three comes after book
Yeah,
two. But I am
it's weird
excited.
because
I'm
they did
pumped.
that for Heartstopper, and this is Percy
Yeah,
Jackson. So
yeah. I suppose Heartstopper less like VFX stuff,
yeah,
so it's cheaper to make, I guess, in
and yeah,
comparison.
but still, I wanted more.
Yeah.
And now I'm just seeing someone quote Star Wars Episode 3 in the chat, and it's my favorite scene of all time. So if
Okay.
you're not with me, then you're my enemy. Honestly, I
Only a
hope we get that.
tyrant deals in absolutes. I shall
Yes,
do what I must.
favorite scene. I
That's
quote it
pretty
all the
accurate.
time. Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good. Oh, Charlize Theron as Athena
That would be cool.
could be interesting. Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I we're not gonna get Athena in season 2 probably, so that will
No,
be
no.
season 3
Yeah,
when they
season
go up
three
to
is when she
Olympus.
first appears. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh no, they see her first at the Arch. Oh, not the Arch, the Hoover Dam.
Oh, right. Percy does. Right, right, right.
Percy does, yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Oh my
then
god.
properly in
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
Wait, that's going to change so much because now Percy is going to hate Athena for what she did to
Yeah.
Annabeth in season 1.
Yeah.
Oof.
This is what I mean with some of the changes. I'm like, it changes the context for other things.
I mean, it's gonna be fun seeing the drama, so
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Especially considering she's. Oh, yeah. Oh, isn't Athena in Annabeth's siren scene? She is.
right.
We do
Oh.
see her in the siren scene.
So either
Ah,
they change that, but they have to keep that because that's what. But maybe
yeah,
Annabeth doesn't want that anymore. But like maybe deep, deep inside, she still wants that, even though her mind
yeah,
doesn't. Her heart still wants that. Hmm.
yeah. Oh, who is Brandy Norwood? Hold on, I need to look them up now because I
I need to
feel
look
like I
at that as well.
Brandy Norwood.
Let's see.
Oh, Brandy. Sorry, it's because as in from Cinderella, the one with Whoopi Goldberg. I can't think
Uh,
of
wait, wait,
it was a
wait.
specific Cinderella. Oh,
Okay,
the
okay, I know.
Cinder.
Oh, she's
Oh,
cute.
yeah, yeah. She was. It was like a specific.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
That
yeah. It
that's
was.
Cinderella. Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
1997.
yeah. That's
Hmm.
Cinderella. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Rogers and Hammersley's Cinderella. That's the name of the title. Brandy would be really good. I would love Brandy as Athena. because
Hmm.
that would be, yeah, everyone's just like, yeah. um,
Ooh, Halle
uh,
Bailey is a bit too young, I think.
um, I think Halle Bailey. Oh, Halle Bailey. Sorry, I was thinking of because I get their names confused. But yeah,
Hmm.
Halle Bailey's a bit too young. I was thinking of Halle Berry, and I was like, Halle Berry's young. I was like, I'm pretty sure she's older than Brandy.
No, no, no. Haley Bailey. I feel like Leah said that she wants Zendaya to play
Yeah,
Athena. I could
yeah,
that would be fun, but I don't think
but a
I
bit too
mean
young as
a
well.
bit
She's younger
too
than me,
young.
Zendaya. Like I'm nearly 30, and
Uh,
yeah, so she's
uh,
younger than me, and I was just like,
uh,
I it would be nice, but also I don't think it would work as well in terms of the age, especially if we then get an accurate Frederick Chase who would be in his
right.
late 30s, early 40s.
I mean, the good thing about gods is that they could just say, "Oh, this is the appearance I'm choosing right now." But I
Yeah,
think Athena, being the goddess of wisdom, would choose like a more mature appearance.
someone who would be considered more mature.
Right,
So yeah,
exactly.
someone in her 30s. So yeah, Brandy I think would be a really, really good choice.
Hmm.
Possibly even because it's the reference Halle Berry. Like Halle Berry's brilliant.
I'd love that.
Yeah. So yeah, we would need that casting, and we'll actually probably get an official Frederick Chase casting as well if they
Right,
do the
right.
siren image as it is in the books.
Right. Woof, that's a lot of advanced casting. But I guess since it's for adults, it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter because they're not gonna
Yeah.
change much
Yeah.
season to season.
Yeah.
That works.
I'm very intrigued. So many possibilities.
Oh my god, that scene is going to be so important now. Woof, I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to it. The
So.
scene with the sirens has always been one of my favorites. So
Mm,
when they're in the bubble together and Percy's like, oh, just completely heartbroken sobbing from Annabeth. Just
mm.
really, really good
Oh
character
yeah, that's
development.
gonna be Leah's season, isn't it?
Oh, yes, that
Sea
scene
of
is going to break
Monsters
us.
and Battle of the Labyrinth are gonna be Leah's season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because
Really.
like that's when she has the emotional bombshells of, oh,
Poor
oh, she's gonna
Annabeth.
break our hearts.
She truly is. Oh my god. Well,
Imagine
looking
if they
forward to
end
it.
an episode with the siren scene and he gets her out of the water and she's just sobbing, and that's how the episode ends. You know they'd do it.
I know
I
they're
know
gonna
I
do it
would
like
do that.
that.
That's what I would do.
Honestly, yeah. They're going to make us suffer and we're gonna be happy about it. So looking forward to that scene.
Oh yeah. And on that note,
Hmm.
for sadness and despair, um, we're excited.
Yeah.
Just the complete about face. Yeah, season 2 is coming. It is currently being scripted. That is all we know. But we're
Hmm.
very, very happy.
Truly.
Yeah. Do you have like any final thoughts or final things you want to say about like your feelings for season 2 coming forward?
Mm, I feel like having seen season one already and having sat with it for a couple of weeks, I'm just happy to, join them in this ride. I know it's not going to be like 100% what I wanted it to be, but my expectations have been adjusted. And I'm just happy
Mm.
that we're getting more from these characters. So I'm just vibing.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And that's kind of where I'm at as well. I'm hoping they learn from some of the mistakes of season 1 and take
Hmm.
them forward. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it all goes. And yes, adjusting my expectations as well,
Yeah.
especially considering Sea of Monsters is one of my favorites. Um, so yeah,
Yep.
expectations are adjusted, but I'm
Hmm.
excited all the same. And yeah, it's gonna be a good ride, and let's hope we get the rest of the series as well.
Hmm. Be better.
All the fingers crossed. But on that note, Celia, tell everyone where they can find you, what you do, all that good stuff.
Okay, so on YouTube, you can find me at Unclaimed Demigod. A video just went up on my channel. It's over an hour long. So if you have free time today, go watch that. It's very fun. And on Instagram, I'm at AKA Unclaimed Demigod. So go follow me there.
Awesome. And of course, you guys are already here, unless you are from Celia's channel, because you've come on over. But I am Fran. I also do Percy Jackson content. I also do Avatar content. So I do like theory videos and stuff. Like I did a video about what is actually glory in the Percy Jackson series and investigating what that actually is and various different stuff like that. So subscribe to myself and to Unclaimed Demigods. Share this video. Let us know in the comments what you would like to see in season 2 and what you're hoping for. Maybe even some fan casts as well. And we will see you all in the next one. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And then